Hello, welcome to Quest 3, Module 2, Analysis of Persuasive Text. We're going to get started by looking at the SMELL acronym within the chart. We'll complete the chart using the information from the speech you just watched. Let's look at the directions. Review the chart below, respond to the questions on the left, in the column on the right, to analyze the persuasive text. First, we're looking at the sender-receiver relationship. What is that relationship? Who are the images and language meant to attract? Describe the speaker of the text. Next, we're looking at the message. We're going to summarize parts of the text in order to determine the overall message. Third, we're going to look at the effect. How does the author attempt to influence the audience? What is the desired effect? Let's complete those and then we'll move on to the remaining two sections. The relationship between President Nixon and the American people is broken and decomposing. The language that he uses conveys a desire for continued growth and peace and unity, and it is meant to attract supporters for Nixon's predecessor. Describe the speaker. Well, President Nixon seems to be quite courageous and even confident enough to share his thoughts and reflections with the American people who obviously distrust him after Watergate. Now we're ready to identify the message. The overarching message is that while President Nixon made some unfavorable choices, he is still a part of America and he will always be because of the legacy he leaves behind. How does the author attempt to influence the audience and what is the desired effect? The speaker, or President Nixon, wants to influence the audience by recalling his accomplishments and his place in the nation. He wants to leave on a good note. He recalls his part in ending the Vietnam War and reconciling with China, while repeatedly using "we" to create a sense of unity. Let's take a look at the next section. When we're looking at logic, we have to ask ourselves, what is the speaker's rationale? What logic is operating? And how does the logic affect the message, or the absence of the logic? How does it affect what the speaker is trying to say? Finally, we're looking at logic. How did the author use the language in the text? How does it affect the meaning and effectiveness of the writing? We need to consider language, images, and words. Let's look at logic. Nixon reasons that if he can evoke patriotism in his audience by sparking feelings of national accomplishment and pride, he'll distract them from remembering what he did to cause his resignation in the first place. It's actually faulty logic to believe that a few inspirational words would erase his tarnished image. So his logic is faulty and it's not effective overall. The speaker, for language, uses emotionally laden language. Again, he tries to inspire people to feel patriotic and to have a sense of accomplishment based on what he's done in office. He's trying to persuade the audience to feel sympathy for him too at the same time, because he talks about being sorry and trying to do what's right, and perhaps he did not do what's right, and he kind of dances around the subject rather than being direct and sincere. He could have used apologetic and explanatory language and it would have been much more effective. The audience may have allowed him some grace, and also he could have gained credibility back from them if he had been more apologetic and explanatory about his actions in the speech. You've reached the end of the SMELL analysis. Now you're ready to complete the chart on your own. Thank you for your time and good luck.